Well, this is a sad one to see, and it's unfortunate in very many ways, as you'll find out. So this is VIN 0265. This is a Canadian model. This is a 2016 223, which is Caviar with LA31 interior, which is red interior with forged carbon fiber trim. All 2016 Canadian models had forged carbon fiber trim, and there's only 45 of them, and there's even fewer that are left between salvage title, exported cars, everything else. But this is a Canadian model. It is a flood car with a pretty high watermark, and it's non-operational. It's at Copart in Madison, Wisconsin. It was imported to the US early on, like after 8 months of being in Quebec, it was imported into Wisconsin. It looks to me, so it's non-operational, so you can't see the current mileage, but it looks to me it has around 20,000 miles on it. It has a federalized odometer, so you can read in miles per hour. But it's just sad to see. This is a rare example. It's forged carbon fiber trim. It only has 20,000 miles. It was probably not winter driven based on that mileage. It's a pretty rare car, and it's just sad to see it in this state. Production statistics. So Canadian cars, there's only 71 total. Of those, 45 were 2016s, that's this car, 12 2017s, 2 2018s, one of them's totaled, 6 2019s, and 6 2020s. So that's a total of 71. 10 of them are 9 of them are exported to the US. One of them was wrecked and exported to Oman. So 14 of those are salvage titled, now 15 with this car, leaving a total of 63 Canadian models as of May 2026 that still exist. And so that's anything else, clean title, rebuilt, accident or not, there are 63 Canadian cars left. 9 of them are in the US. So for all years, 16 of the 71 cars were Caviar, 8 or half had LA31 red interior with carbon fiber trim, 1 of 8. This is 1 of 2 that are now salvaged or flooded, otherwise totaled. So there's only 6 clean title ones left in this combo, but this car is 1 of 8. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. So Carfax shows this as a 3-owner, no accident car, so that flood damage or whatever, the being totaled, that has not reflected on the Carfax yet. Epic VIN, also the same, 3-owner, no accident. And AutoCheck, so AutoCheck's weird with Canadian cars, and so it's not very reliable for the early data for Canadian cars, so it shows as a 2-owner, no accident car, and it's basically since it's been here. So this is a 3-owner, flood damaged salvage title car. It's been in Quebec for 8 months and then Wisconsin ever since that. Previous sales. So I don't have a lot of previous information for Canadian cars, but the first owner, it looks like it was titled in December of 2015 in Quebec. Short ownership, it was registered as a commercial vehicle. Second owner in April of 2016, still in Quebec, and then they exported it to Wisconsin. And it looks like they started to import it via Florida because of course it goes to Florida. You can title your grandmother in Florida, but it was imported to Wisconsin via Florida. So I guess that'd probably be the dealer in Florida, but it physically was in Wisconsin. This is where there's some kind of question between second or third, or is it a 2 or 3 owner? It looks like the process was started to import it in August of 2016. The bond was released in November of 2016, but it wasn't titled in Wisconsin until May of 2017. So it's sat around for a while there, but now here it is at Copart, May of 2026 in Madison, Wisconsin, flooded. And I would likely think that it's probably a freshwater flood being in Wisconsin, far from any oceans. Could be something flooded, or it could be they had a lot of rain, something flooded. Maybe they drove through something that looked deep or shallower than it was. Who knows? But the point is, it has a very high watermark, which brings me to the photos. The watermark is in the middle of the doors. So basically the engine, everything else, all of the electronics, everything was underwater. Who knows for how long, but the only benefit, or maybe saving grace, is that it was a freshwater flood. So corrosion shouldn't be as bad. However, it doesn't look like they've cleaned it up at all. So that means that there's probably still water in the wiring harnesses, the insulation, any of the electronics. It's gonna be a parts car. To me, the value would be the parts, the interior, the carbon fiber trim. If you can save some of those seats, the seat cushions, the wheels, the brakes, the exterior body panels. Like the car's in phenomenal shape on the exterior, so there's a good value there. The doors, the door panels, if there's no mold and mildew behind them, you know, there is some value here parts wise, but like mechanically, electronically, no, there's no value there. So you'd have to get this car pretty cheap for it to make sense. It sucks that it happened. It's such a rare example, but you know, the Canadian cars, anytime a Canadian car gets wrecked, salvaged, whatever, it's a rare example because all of the Canadian cars are very rare. As far as the price goes, the cheaper the better. To me, I would put like $5,000 or less on this. I know it's going to go for more than that just because these go for crazy prices at the Copart auctions. You could find an engine or a transmission from a wrecked RCF, which is the same part, with maybe somebody that has a wrecked GSF. There's currently being one parted out on eBay right now, so you could have a body harness. Like if you spent a lot of money and you're able to do it yourself, this car could be savable, but in my eyes, this is a parts car. And then that's realistically where it is. Now, if you want to spend the money for it, at the end of the day, it's still going to be a branded title car. That's what this car is going to end up with. You know, to me, it's not worth saving. It's just from a financial aspect. Even though the prices on these cars are going crazy, at the end of the day, it's a branded title car. At best, this car is going to be worth like 30 grand and maybe a little more because of the low mileage, but you're going to replace all that. So then the mileage is irrelevant. And the best you would get for this is 30 grand when it's running and properly titled and everything like that. As far as the service history goes, it's another thing with the Canadian cars. The US system doesn't recognize the Canadian VINs, so you would basically have to contact the previous owner of this car for any info. However, there are a couple things on the Carfax. In 2018 at 13,000 miles, there's an oil change at a quick oil change place. 2021 at 19,000 miles, and 2025 didn't even have 1,000 miles put on it in the last 4 years. 20,000 miles in 2025. So it wasn't driven much. It doesn't have the JLB recall done. So that's the high pressure fuel pumps. And it doesn't have the low pressure fuel pump recall done, which just came out a couple of weeks ago. So the parts aren't even available for that. So that's really it. This car, it hasn't been driven a lot, but it did get some oil changes, which is kind of what you'd expect. But the entire lower half of the car has been underwater. And for how long, who knows, but likely a freshwater flood, but that just means the engine's probably toast. You could probably, you know, remachine the heads and things like that if things didn't get too bad. But, you know, it depends on how deep you want to go with this one. But again, in my eyes, this is probably a parts car. It's unfortunate to see, but that brings me to, would I buy it? Only if I could get it for about 5 grand. You know, the value would be the parts, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I will be watching it because it's got the forged carbon fiber trim. That would be the value to me, the brakes, the wheels, that kind of stuff. The rest, you know, parted out on eBay or in your local groups, something like that. That would be where I'd be at. So VIN 265, unfortunate to see. Keep an eye on it. Maybe you can get some good parts out of it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.